Come, leave your tears. A brief farewell. The beast with many heads butts me away. Nay, mother, where's your ancient courage? You were used to say, extremity was a trier of spirits. That common chances common men could bear. That when the sea was calm, all boats alike showed mastership in floating. You used to load me with precepts that would make invincible the heart that conned them.
Oh, heavens! Oh, heavens!
Nay, prithee, woman.
Now the red pestilence strike all trades in Rome, and occupations perish!
What? I shall be loved when I am lacked. Nay, mother, resume that spirit. When you're wont to say, had you been the wife of Hercules, 6 of his labors you'd have done, and save your husband so much sweat. Cominius, droop not, adieu. Thou old and true Menenius, thy tears are salter than a younger man's, and venomous to thine eyes. My sometime general, I have seen thee stem, and thou hast oft beheld heart-hardening spectacles. Tell these sad women 'tis fond to wail inevitable strokes as 'tis to laugh at them. My mother, you want well my hazard still have been your solace. Your son will or exceed the common, or be caught with cautelous baits in practice.
My first son, whither wilt thou go? Take good Cominius with thee a while. Determine on some course, more than a wild exposture to each chance that starts in the way before thee.
I'll follow thee a month, devise with thee where thou shalt rest, that thou mayest hear of us and we of thee.
Oh, the gods!
Come, my sweet wife, my dearest mother and friends of noble touch. When I am forth, bid me farewell and smile. While I remain above the ground, you shall hear from me still, and never of me aught but what is like me formerly.
As worthily as any ear can hear. Come, let's not weep. If I could shake off but 1 and 7 years from these old arms and legs, I'd with thee every foot.
Give me thy hand. Come. A goodly city is this Antium. City, 'tis I that made thy widows. Many an heir of these fair edifices for my wars have I heard groan and drop. That know me not, thus that thy wives with spits and boys with stones in puny battle slay me. O world, thy slippery turns, friends now fast sworn, whose double bosoms seem to wear one heart, who twin as 'twere in love unseparable, shall within this hour on dissension of a doit break out to bitterest enmity. So, fellest foes, whose passions and whose plots have broke their sleep to take the one the other by some chance, some trick not worth an egg, shall grow dear friends and interjoin their issue. So with me, my birthplace hate I, and my loves upon this enemy town. I'll enter. If he slay me, he does fair justice. If he give me way, I'll do his country service.
Now we have shown our power. Let us seem humbler after it is done than when it was doing. Here comes his mother.
Let's not meet her. Why? They say she's mad.
They've ta'en note of us. Keep on your way.
Oh, you're well met. The hoarded plague of the gods requite your loves.
Peace, peace. Be not so loud.
If that I could for weeping you should hear. Nay, and you shall hear some. Will you be gone?
You shall stay too! I would I had the power to say so to my husband.
Are you mankind?
Aye, fool! Is that a shame? Note but this fool! Was not a man my father? Hadst thou fox-ship to banish him that struck more blows for Rome than thou hast spoken words?
Oh, blessed heaven.
More noble blows than ever thou wise words, and for Rome's good! I tell thee what, get go. Nay, but thou shalt stay too. I would my son were in Arabia, and thy tribe before him, his good sword in his hand.
What then?
What then? He'll make an end to thy posterity!
Bastards and all! Good man, the wounds that he does bear for Rome.
Come, peace.
I would he had continued to his country as he began, and not unknit himself the noble knot he made.
I would he had.
Would he had? 'Twas you incensed the rabble? Cats that can judge as fitly of his worth as I can of those mysteries which heaven will not have earth to know!
Pray, let us go.
Now, pray, sir, get you gone. You have done a brave deed. Ere you go, hear this. As far as doth the capital exceed the meanest house in Rome, so far my son, this lady's husband here, this, do you see? Whom you have banished, does exceed you all!
Well, we'll leave you.
Why stay we to be baited with one who wants her wits?
Take my prayers with you. And would the gods had nothing else to do but to confirm my curses. Could I meet him but once a day, it would unclog my heart of what lies heavy to it.
You have told them home, and by my troth, you have good cause. Sup you with me?
Anger's my meat. I sup upon myself, and so shall starve with feeding.
Where is this fellow? Whence comest thou? What wouldst thou? Thy name? Why speaks not? Speak, man. What's thy name? If Tullus, not yet thou knowest me, and seeing me does not think me for the man I am, necessity commands me name myself.
What is thy name?
A name unmusical to the Volscian ears and harsh in sound to thine.
Say, what's thy name? Thou hast a grim appearance, and thy face bears a commandant. Though thy tackle's torn, thou showest a noble vessel. What's thy name?
Prepare thy brow to frown. Knowst thou me yet?
I know thee not. Thy name?
My name is Caius Marcius. Who hath done to thee particularly, and all the Volsci's great hurt and mischief. Thereto witness may my surname, Coriolanus. The painful service, the extreme dangers and drops of blood shed for my thankless country are requited, but with that surname, only that name remains. The cruelty and envy of the people, permitted by our dastard nobles who have all forsook me, hath devoured the rest, and suffered me by the voices of slaves to be whooped out of Rome. Now this extremity hath brought me to thy hearth, not out of hope, mistake me not, to save my life. For if I had feared death, of all the men in the world, I would have voided thee. But in mere spite, to be full quit of those my banishers, stand I before thee here. Then, if thou hast a heart of wreak in thee, that wilt revenge thine own particular wrongs, and stop those maims of shame seen through thy country, speed thee straight, and make my misery serve thy turn. So use it, that my revengeful services may prove as benefits to thee, for I will fight against my cankered country with the spleen of all the under-fiends. But if so be thou darest not this, and that to prove more fortunes thou art tired, then in a word, I also am longer to live most wary, and do present my throat to thee, and to thy ancient malice, which not to cut, but show thee but a fool, since I have ever followed thee with hate, drawn tons of blood out of thy country's breast, and cannot live but to thy shame, unless it be to do thee service.
Oh, Marcius. Marcius. Each word that thou hast spoke hath weeded from my heart a root of ancient envy. If Jupiter should from yond cloud speak divine things and say 'tis true, I'd not believe them more than thee. All noble Marcius, let me twine mine arms about that body where against my grained ash 100 times hath broke and scarred the moon with splinters. Here I clip the anvil of my sword, and do contest as hotly and as nobly with thy love as ever in ambitious strength I did contend against thy valor. Know thou first, I loved the maid I married. Never man sighed truer breath. But that I see thee here, thou noble thing, more dances my rapt heart than when I first my wedded mistress saw bestride my threshold. Why, thou Mars, I tell thee, we have a power on foot. And I had a purpose once more, to hew thy target from thy brawn, or lose mine arm for it. Thou hast beat me out 12 several times. And I have nightly since dreamt of encounters twixt thyself and me. We have been down together in my sleep, unbuckling helms, fisting each other's throats, and waked, half dead with nothing. Worthy Marcius, had we no other quarrel else to roam, but that thou art thence banished, we would muster all from 12 to 70, and pouring war into the bowels of ungrateful Rome, like a bold flood o'erbeareth. You bless me, God! Therefore, most absolute, sir, if thou wilt have the leading of thine own revenge, take the one half of my commission. But come in! Let me commend thee first to those that shall say yea to thy desires. 1,000 welcomes, and more a friend than e'er an enemy. Yet, Marcius, that was much. Your hand. Most welcome.
If you think about it, any leader, any government.
And how we were able to tell that same individual.
Can I first of all say...
We hear not of him, neither need we fear him. Our remedies attain the present peace and quietness of the people, which before were in wild hurry here to make his friends blush that the world goes well, who rather had dissentious numbers pestering streets than see our tradesmen working in their shops and going about their functions friendly.
We stood to it in good time. Is this Menenius?
'Tis he. Oh, he has grown most kind of late.
Hail, sir.
Hail to you both.
Your Coriolanus is not much missed. But with his friends, the Commonwealth doth stand, and so would do were he more angry at it.
As all's well. Might have been much better if he could have temporized.
Where is he? Hear you?
I hear nothing. His mother and his wife hear nothing from him.
This is a happier and more comely time.
Caius Marcius was a worthy officer in the war, but insolent, overcome with pride, ambitious past all thinking, self-loving.
And affecting one sole throne, without assistance.
I think not so.
We should by this to all our lamentation. If he had gone forth consul, found it so.
The gods have well prevented it, and Rome sits safe and still without him.
There is a man whom we have put in prison, reports. The Volsces, with 2 several powers, are entered in the Roman territories, and with the deepest malice of the war, destroy what lies before him.
'Tis Aufidius, who, hearing of our Marcius' banishment, thrust forth his horn again into the world.
Come, what talk you of Marcius?
Go see this rumor whipped. It cannot be the Volsces dare break with us.
Cannot be. We have recorded very well it can, and 3 examples of the like have been within my age.
Tell not me, I know this cannot be.
Not possible.
The nobles, in great earnestness, are going all to the Senate House. The report is seconded, and more fearful is delivered.
What more fearful?
It is spoke freely out of many mouths that Marcius, joined with Aufidius, leads a power against Rome.
This is most likely.
Raised only that the weaker sort may wish good Marcius home again.
Very trick-ons.
Yeah, this is unlikely. He and Aufidius could no more atone than violent his contrariety.
A fearful army, led by Caius Marcius, associated with Aufidius, rages upon our territories, and have already o'erborne their way, consumed with fire, and took what lay before them.
Nah!
Oh, you have made good work.
What news? What news?
You have hope to ravish your own daughters, and your temples burned in their cement.
Your news, if Marcius should be joined with Volscians.
If he is their god, he leads them like a thing made by some other deity than nature that shapes men better. Yeah, and they follow him. Against us brats with no less confidence than boys pursuing summer butterflies or butchers killing flies.
Oh, you have made good work, you and your apron men.
But is this true, sir?
Aye, and you look pale before you find it other. All the regions do smilingly revolt, and who resist are mocked for valiant ignorance and perish constant fools. Who is can blame them?
We are all undone, unless the noble men have mercy.
Yeah, well, who shall ask it? The tribunes cannot do it for shame. The people deserve such pity of him as the wolf does of the shepherd, for his best friends showed like enemies.
It is true. If he were putting to my house the fire that should consume it, I have not the face to say, beseech you, cease.
You have brought such a trembling upon Rome, such as never was so incapable of help.
We brought it. Was it we? We loved him, but like beasts and cowardly nobles, gave way into your clusters, who did hoot him out of the city.
Yeah, but I fear they'll roar him in again. Tullus Aufidius, the second name of men, obeys his points as if he were his officer. Desperation is all the policy, strength, and defense that Rome can make against them. 'Tis no matter. If he could burn us all into one coal, we'd have deserved it.
I do not like this news.
Nor I.
Let us to the capital. Would half my wealth would buy this for a lie.
Pray, let us go.
I do not know what witchcraft's in him, but your soldiers use him as their grace for meat, the talk at table and the thanks at end. And you are darkened in this action, sir, even by your own.
I cannot help it now. Unless by using means I lame the foot of our design. He bears himself more proudly, or even to my person, than I thought he would when first I did embrace him. Yet his nature and that's no changeling. And I must excuse what cannot be amended.
Yet I wish, sir, I mean for your particular, that you had not joined in commission with him, but either borne this action of yourself, or to him had left it solely.
I understand thee well, and be thou sure, when he shall come to his account, he knows not what I can urge against him. Although he thinks, and so it seems, and is no less apparent to the vulgar eye, that he bears all things fairly, fights dragon-like, and does achieve as soon as draw his sword.
Yet he hath left undone that which shall break his neck, or hazard mine whene'er we come to our account. Sir, I beseech you, think you he'll carry Rome?
All things yield to him ere he sits down. The nobility of Rome are his. Senators and patricians love him too. The tribunes are no soldiers. I think his people will be as rash in the repeal as hasty to expel him thence. I think he'll be to Rome as is the osprey to the fish, who takes it by sovereignty of nature. First he was a noble servant to them, but he could not bear his honors even. Whether 'twas pride, which out of daily fortune ever taints the happy man, or whether defect of judgment, to fail in the disposing of those chances which he was lord of, or whether nature, not to be other than one thing, not moving from the sword to the Senate, but commanding peace, even with the same austerity and garb as he controlled the war. But one of these, as he hath spices of them all, not all, for I dare so far free him, made him feared, so hated, and so banished. But he hath a merit to choke it in the utterance. And so our virtues lie in the interpretation of the time, and power, unto itself most commendable, hath not a tomb so evident as a chair to extol what it hath done. One fire drives out one fire, one nail, one nail. Rights by rights falter, strengths by strengths do fail. Come, let's away. When, Caius, Rome is thine, thou art poorest of all, then shortly art thou mine.
No, I'll not go. You hear what he has said, which was sometime his general, who loved him in a most dear particular.
He would not seem to know me.
Nay, if he coyed to hear Cominius speak, I'll keep at home.
At one time he did call me by my name. I urged our old acquaintance and the drops we had bled together. Coriolanus, he would not answer to.
Do you hear?
Forbade all names. He was a kind of nothing, titleless, till he had forged himself a name in the fire of burning Rome.
So you have made good work, huh?
I minded him how royal 'twas to pardon when least expected. He said it was a bare petition of the state to one whom they had punished.
Very well. Could he say less?
I offered to awaken his regard for his private friends. He said he could not stay to pick them from a pile of noisome, musty chaff. He said 'twas folly for one poor grain or two to leave unburnt, and Stilton knows the offense.
For one poor grain or two, I am one of those. His mother, wife, his child, this brave fellow too, we are the grains. You are the musty chaff, and you are smelt above the moon, and we must be burnt for you.
Nay, pray be patient. If you refuse your aid in this so never-needed help, yet do not upbraid us in our distress. But sure, if you would be your country's pleader, your good tongue, more than the instant army we can make, might stop our countrymen.
No, I'll not meddle.
Pray him, go to him!
What should I do?
Only make trial what your love for Rome can do toward Marcius.
Well... And what if Marcius should return me, as Cominius is returned, unheard? What then?
Then your goodwill must have that thanks from Rome after the measure as you intended well.
I'll undertake it. I think he'll hear me, but to bite his thumb and hum at good Cominius much unhearts me. He was not taken well. He had not dined. The veins unfilled, our blood is cold, and then we pout upon the morning, are inapt to give or to forgive. But when we have stuffed these pipes and these conveyances of our blood with wine and feeding, we have suppler souls than in our priest-like fasts. Therefore, I'll watch him till he be dieted to my request, and then I'll set upon him.
Oh, you know the very road into his kindness and cannot lose your way.
Good faith, I'll prove him. Speed how it will, I shall ere long have knowledge of my success.
He'll never hear him.
No?
I tell you, he does sit in gold. His eye, red as 'twould burn Rome. His injury, a jailer to his pity. I kneeled before him. 'Twas very faintly he said, "Rise." Dismissed me thus with his speechless hand. All hope is vain. Unless his noble mother and his wife solicit him mercy to his country.
Stay! Whence are you?
Stand and go back.
You godlike men, 'tis well. But by your leave, I am an officer of state and come to speak with Coriolanus.
From whence?
From Rome.
You may not pass, you must return. Our general will no more hear from thence.
You'll see your Rome embraced with fire before you'll speak with Coriolanus.
Good, my friends, if you have heard your general talk of Rome and of his friends there, its lots to blanks, my name hath touched your ears. It is Menenius.
Be it so, go back. The virtue of your name is not here passable.
I tell thee, fellow, the general is my friend. I have been the bookend of his good acts. Therefore, fellow, I must have leave to pass.
Faith, sir. Go back.
Prithee, remember, my name is Menenius, always factionary on the party of your general.
You cannot pass, therefore go back!
Has he dined, canst thou tell? For I would not speak with him till after dinner.
You're a Roman, are you?
I am, as thy general is.
Then you should hate Rome, as he does. Can you, when you have pushed out your gates the very defender of them, and in a violent popular ignorance given your enemy your shield, think to front his revenges with the palsied intercession of such a decayed dotant as you seem to be? Can you think to blow out the intended fire your city is ready to flame in with such weak breath as this? No, you are deceived. Therefore, back to Rome and prepare for your execution. You are condemned.
Sir, if thy captain knew I was here, he would use me
my
with
captain knows
I
you
mean,
not.
thy general.
My general cares not for you. Back, I say, go. Lest I let forth your half pint of blood.
Hey, but fellow.
What's the matter?
Now you, companion, I'll say a prayer for you. You shall know now that I am in estimation. Guess, but by my entertainment with him, if thou standest not in the state of hanging, behold, presently, and swoon for what's to come upon thee.
Oh, my son. My son.
Oh, thou art preparing fire for us. Look, here's water to quench it. I was hardly moved to come to thee, but being assured that none but myself could move thee, I have been blown from your gates with sighs and conjure thee to pardon Rome and thy petitionary countrymen. The good gods assuage thy wrath, and turn the dregs of it upon this varlet here, he who like a block had denied my access to thee.
Away.
Away?
Wife, mother, child, I know not. My affairs are servanted to others. That we have been familiar in great forgetfulness shall poison rather than pity note how much. Therefore be gone. Mine ears against your suits are stronger than your gates against my force. Another word, Menenius, I will not hear thee speak. This man, Aufidius, was my beloved in Rome. Yet thou beholdst.
You keep a constant temper.
Sir, is your name Menenius? 'Tis a spell, you see, of much power. You know the way home again.
You hear how we are shamed for keeping your greatness back?
What cause do you think I have to swoon?
I neither care for the world nor your general. For such things as you, I can scarce think there's any. You are so slight. He that hath a will to die by himself fears it not from another. Let your general do his worst. As for you, be as you are, long, and may your misery increase with your age. I say to you, as I was said to, away.
We will, before the walls of Rome, tomorrow, set down our host. My partner in this action. You must report to the Volscian lords how plainly I have borne this business.
Only their ends you have respected. Stopped your ears against the general suit of Rome, never admitted a private whisper, no. Not with such friends that thought them sure of you.
This last old man, whom with a cracked heart I have sent to Rome, loved me above the measure of a father, nay, goddened me indeed. Fresh embassies and suits, nor from the state, nor private friends hereafter, will I lend ear to. What shout is this? Let the Volsces plow Rome and harrow Italy. I'll never be such a gosling to obey instinct, but stand as if a man were author of himself and knew no other kin.
My lord and husband.
These eyes are not the same I wore in Rome.
The sorrow that delivers us thus changed makes you think so.
Best of my flesh. Forgive my tyranny, but do not say for that, forgive our Romans. Oh, a kiss, long as my exile, sweet as my revenge. Ye gods, I prate, and the most noble mother in the world leave unsaluted, sink my knee in the earth.
Stand up, blessed. Whilst with no softer cushion than the flint, I kneel before thee, and unproperly show duty as mistaken all this while between the child and parent.
What is this, your niece to me, to your corrected son?
Thou art my warrior. I hope to frame thee. This is a poor epitome of yours, which by the interpretation of full time may show like all yourself.
The god of soldiers, with the consent of supreme Jove, inform thy thoughts with nobleness, that thou mayst prove to shame unvulnerable, and stick in the wars like a great sea mark, standing every flaw, and saving those that eye thee.
Your knee, sirrah.
That's my brave boy.
Even he, your wife, this lady, and myself are suitors
I
to you?
beseech you peace, or if you'll ask, remember this before. The thing I have forsworn to grant may never be held by you denials. Do not bid me dismiss my soldiers, or capitulate again with Rome's mechanics. Tell me not wherein I seem unnatural. Desire not to allay my rages and revenges with your colder reasons.
Oh, no more, no more! You have said you will not grant us anything. We have nothing else to ask but that which you deny already. Yet we will ask that if you fail in our request, the blame may hang upon your hardness. Therefore, hear us.
Phidias and Ulvoshi's mark, for we'll hear not from Rome in private. Your request.
Should we be silent and not speak? Our raiment and state of bodies would betray what life we have led since thy exile. Think with thyself. How more unfortunate than all living women are we come hither, since that thy sight, which should make our eyes flow with joy, hearts dance with comforts, constrains them weep and shake with fear and sorrow, making the mother, wife, and child to see the son, the husband, and the father tearing his country's bowels out. We must find an evident calamity, though we had our wish which side should win. For either thou must, like a foreign recreant, be led with manacles through our streets, or else triumphantly tread on thy country's ruin and bear the palm for having bravely shed thy wife and children's blood. For myself, son, I purpose not to wait on fortune till these wars determine. If I cannot persuade thee rather to show a noble grace to both parts than seek the end of one, thou shalt no sooner march to assault thy country than to tread. Just do it, thou shalt not, on thy mother's womb that brought thee to this world.
I and mine that brought you forth this boy to keep your name living to time.
I shall not tread on me. I'll run away till I'm bigger, but then I'll fight.
I've sat too long.
Nay, go not from us thus! If it were so that our request did tend to save the Romans, thereby to destroy the Volsces whom you serve, you might condemn us as poisonous of your honor. No! Our suit is that you reconcile them. While the Volsces may say, this mercy we have showed the Romans, this we received, and each and either side give the all hail to thee, and cry, be blessed for making up this peace. Thou knowest, great son, the end of war's uncertain, but this certain, that if thou conquer Rome, the benefit which thou shalt thereby reap is such a name whose repetition will be dogged with curses, whose chronicle thus writ, the man was noble, but with his last attempt he wiped it out. destroyed his country, and his name remains to the ensuing age abhorred. Why dost not speak? Thinkest thou it honorable for a noble man still to remember wrongs? Daughter, speak you. He cares not for your weeping. Speak thou, boy. Perhaps thy childishness will move him more than can our reason. There's no man in the world more bound to his mother, yet here he lets me prate like one of the stocks. Thou hast never in thy life showed thy dear mother any courtesy. When she, poor hen, has clucked thee to the wars and safely home, loaden with honors. Say my request's unjust and spurn me back. But if it be not so, thou art not honest. And the gods will plague thee that thou restrainst from me the duty to which a mother's part belongs. He turns away. Down, ladies, let us shame him with our knees. To his surname, Coriolanus, longs more pride than pity to our prayers. Down! An end! This is the last. So, we will home to Rome and die among our neighbors. Nay, beholds this boy that cannot tell what he would have does reason our petition with more strength than thou hast to deny it. Come, let us go. This fellow had a volscian to his mother, his wife is in Coriolis, and his child like him by chance. Yet give us our dispatch. I am hushed until our city be afire, and then I'll speak a little.
Oh, Mother. Mother. What have you done? Behold, the heavens do ope. The gods look down on this unnatural scene they laugh at. Oh, my mother. Mother. Oh.
Is it possible that so short a time can alter the condition of a man?
He wants nothing of a god but eternity, and a heaven to throne in.
Yes, mercy, if you report him truly. The gods be good unto us.
No, in such a case as this, the gods will not be good to us. When we banished him, we respected not them. And he, returning to break our necks, they respect not us.
Sir! If you'd save your life, fly you to your house. The plebeians have got your fellow tribune and hail him, up and down, all swearing if the Roman ladies bring not comfort home, they'll give him death by inches.
What's the news? Good news. The ladies have prevailed. The Volscians are dislodged? And Marcius gone? A merrier day did never yet greet Rome, friend. Art thou certain this is true? Is it most certain?
This is good news. I will go meet the ladies. You have prayed well today. This morning, for 10,000 of your throats, I'd not have given a doit.
How is it with our general?
As with a man by his own charity slain. We must proceed as we do find the people.
The people will remain uncertain while twixt you there's difference. But the fall of either makes the survivor heir of all.
I know it. And my pretext to strike at him admits a good discourse. I raised him, and I pawned mine honor for his truth, who being so heightened, he watered his new plants with dews of flattery, seducing so my friends, and to this end he bowed his nature, never known before but to be rough, unswayable, and free.
Sir, his stoutness, when he did stand for consul, which he lost by lack of stooping.
That I would have spoken of. Being banished for it, he came unto my hearth. He presented to my knife his throat. I took him. I made him joint servant with me, gave him way in all his own desires. Nay, let him choose out of my files his projects to accomplish by best and freshest men, served his assignments in mine own person, hope to reap the fame which he did end all his, and took some pride to do myself this wrong, till at the last I seemed his follower, not partner. And he waged me with his countenance as if I had been mercenary.
So he did, my lord. The army marveled at it. And in the last, when he had carried Rome, and that we looked for no less spoil than glory...
There was it for the which my sinews shall be stretched upon him. For a few drops of women's rheum, which are as cheap as lies, he sold the blood and labor of our great action. Therefore shall he die, and I'll renew me in his fall. But hark!
Your native town you entered like a post, and had no welcomes home, but he returns, splitting the air with noise. And patient fools, whose children he hath slain, their base throats tear with giving him glory.
Say no more, here come the lords.
You are most welcome home.
I I have not deserved it. But worthy lords, have you with heed perused what I've written you?
We have.
I'm grieved to hear it. What faults he made before the last, I think might have found easy fines. But there to end where he was to begin, and give away the benefits of our levies, making a treaty where there was a yielding, this admits no excuse.
You shall hear him.
Hail, lords. I am returned your soldier, no more infected with my country's love than when I parted thence, but still subsisting under your great command. Our spoils we have brought home do more than counterpoise a full third part the charges of the action. We have made peace, with no less honor to the Antiochs than shame to the Romans. And we here deliver, subscribed by the consuls and patricians, together with the seal of the Senate, what we have compounded on.
Read it not, noble lords. But tell the traitor in the highest degree he hath abused your powers.
Traitor, how now?
I traitor, Marcius.
Marcius?
I Marcius. Caius Marcius. Dost thou think I'll grace thee with that robbery? Thy stolen name? Coriolanus Incariles. You lords and heads of the state, perfidiously he has betrayed your business and given up for certain drops of salt your city, Rome. I say your city! To his wife and mother, breaking his oath and resolution like a twist of rotten silk, never admitting counsel of the war, but at his nurse's tears he whined and roared away your victory.
Hearest thou more?
Name not the god, thou boy of tears. Huh? No more.
Measureless liar! Thou hast made my heart too great for what contains it. Boy? Oh, slave. Pardon me, lords. 'Tis the first time that ever I was forced to scold. And your judgments, my grave lords, must give this cur the lie. And his own notion, who wears my stripes impressed upon him, that must bear my beating to his grave, shall join to thrust the lie unto him.
Peace both. Hear me speak.
Cut me to pieces, Volsces! Boy? False hound. If you have writ your annals true, 'tis there, that like an eagle in a dovecote, I fluttered your Volscians in Coriolis. Alone, I did it, boy!
Noble lords, will you be put in mind of his blind fortune, which was your shame, by this unholy braggart for your own eyes and ears?
Peace, ho! No outrage! Peace! The man is noble, and his fame folds in this orb of the earth. His last offenses to us shall have judicious hearing. Stand up, Phidias, and trouble not the peace.
Know that I had him with 6 Phidiases or more his tribe to use my lawful swords.
And villain!
Thou hast done a deed whereat valor will weep.
When you shall know, noble lords, the great danger which this man's life did owe you, you'll rejoice that he is thus cut off. Please it your honors to call me to your senate, I'll deliver myself your most loyal servant, or endure your heaviest censure. My rage is gone. And I am struck with sorrow. Help to bear him up. 3 of the chiefest soldiers. I'll be one. Beat thou the drum, let it speak mournfully. Trail your steel pikes. Though in this city he hath widowed and unchilded many a one which to this hour bewail the injury. Yet he shall have a noble memory.